A billionaire in a torn sweatshirt stands before two broken souls in a downtown conference hall. The entrepreneur's startup just crashed. The artist can barely pay rent. Both are ready to quit everything. Then this eccentric tycoon drops a bomb. Your entire life will change if you can do one thing for 66 days. He's talking about 5 a.m., but here's what nobody tells you about joining the 5 a.m. club. It's not really about waking up early. That mysterious tycoon? He's Mr. Riley, and he's about to reveal the morning routine that built his empire. But first, he needs to shatter everything you think you know about productivity. Mr. Riley walks them to his estate at dawn, pointing to his head. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that creates genius, is freshest now. He explains how cortisol and BDNF flood your system at 5 a.m., creating a neurochemical cocktail for peak performance. But there's a catch most people miss completely. Picture your willpower as a smartphone battery. Throughout the day, decisions drain it: what to eat, what to wear, which email to answer first. But at 5 a.m., full charge. Riley calls this transient hypofrontality. Your inner critic sleeps while your creative genius wakes up. The formula is deceptively simple. The first 20 minutes, sweat. Second 20, reflection. Final 20, learning. Riley reveals that 90% of Fortune 500 CEOs wake before 6 a.m., but they're not just early, they're strategic. This isn't about grinding harder, it's about becoming someone completely different before the world demands your attention. The science behind early rising isn't just folklore, it's neurobiology. And what happens in your head during those sacred morning hours will completely rewrite how you see human potential. Dr. Sarah Chen, Riley's neuroscientist friend, drops the truth bomb. At 5 a.m., your brain releases a perfect storm: low cortisol for calm focus, high BDNF for learning, and dopamine for drive. She calls it biological prime time. But here's the kicker: this window slams shut by 8 a.m. when the world's chaos floods in. Think of your morning mind like fresh snow. Every thought leaves a clean, deep track. By 10 a.m., it's a muddy mess of footprints. Riley shows them brain scans. Early risers have 23% more activity in their prefrontal cortex. That's where innovation, planning, and self-control live. No wonder they seem superhuman. The entrepreneur starts waking at 5 a.m., and within 2 weeks, her energy at 9 p.m. matches what she used to feel at 9 a.m. The artist finds himself painting masterpieces before breakfast. It's not magic, it's momentum. Each early morning builds on the last, creating what Riley calls exponential vitality. Your future self is literally getting stronger. Changing your wake-up time isn't just habit formation, it's identity reconstruction. Riley's about to reveal why most people fail at this and the exact protocol that guarantees success. Neuroscientist Dr. Philippa Lally's research at University College London revealed the truth. 66 days is when new behaviors become automatic, but Riley goes deeper. You're not just changing when you wake up, he tells them over breakfast. You're becoming an early riser. The difference? Identity shifts create permanent change, while habit changes fade. Days 122, installation feels like hell. Your body rebels, your mind resists. Days 23-44, integration smooths out as neural pathways strengthen. Days 45-66, imprinting locks it in forever. The artist almost quits on day 18, but Riley warns this is exactly when most people bail, right before the breakthrough. By week 8, the entrepreneur doesn't need an alarm. Her circadian rhythm has completely reset. She's not fighting her biology anymore, she's flowing with it. Riley reveals the secret. Automation happens when your subconscious mind believes this is who you are. The habit becomes as natural as breathing because it literally rewires your brain's default settings. Riley's morning routine isn't random. It's a precisely engineered system for creating what he calls exponential results. Each element builds on the last, creating compound advantages that separate legends from average. Riley leads them through his home gym at 5:20 a.m. sharp. 20 minutes of sweat activates BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of it as fertilizer for your neurons. He's not talking about becoming a fitness model. He's talking about literally growing your brain. The entrepreneur discovers that her morning workout makes her 34% sharper in afternoon meetings. At 5:40 a.m., Riley sits with his leather journal, writing 3 pages by hand. "This isn't Dear Diary," he grins. "This is strategic thinking on paper." He reveals that journaling activates your reticular activating system, the brain's pattern recognition network. You start noticing opportunities everywhere. The artist begins writing, and within weeks, collectors are reaching out to him. The final 20 minutes, Riley reads biographies of legends, listens to educational content, or practices skills. Most people consume junk food for their minds, he explains. Early risers feast on wisdom. By 6 a.m., while others scroll social media over coffee, Riley has already upgraded his knowledge, body, and mindset. He's won the day before it officially started. 6 months later, both students return to thank their mentor. But their transformations reveal something deeper than productivity hacks. They've discovered who they really are when the world isn't watching. The entrepreneur's new company just closed a $2 million funding round. But the real victory? She tells Riley that her morning routine gave her something more valuable than money: unshakable confidence. When you conquer your morning, you believe you can conquer anything. Her 5 a.m. ritual proved to herself that she could keep promises to the most important person, herself. The artist's paintings now sell for 5 figures, but he's more excited about something else. "I found my voice in those quiet morning hours," he tells Riley. "When nobody else was awake, I discovered who I really was." His art transformed because he transformed. The 5 a.m. club didn't just change his schedule, it changed his soul. Riley drops the final truth bomb. Early rising is the ultimate act of self-love. You're saying your dreams matter more than your comfort. The 5 a.m. club isn't about becoming superhuman, it's about becoming fully human. In a world that profits from your distraction, claiming your morning is the ultimate rebellion. You're not just joining a club, you're joining the ranks of people who refuse to sleepwalk through life. Remember that billionaire in the torn sweatshirt? He wasn't selling a morning routine, he was selling a life philosophy. The 5 a.m. club isn't about the alarm clock. It's about the person you become when you choose growth over comfort, clarity over chaos, intention over reaction. Those 2 broken souls, they discovered that their transformation didn't happen at 5 a.m., it happened the night before, when they decided their future mattered more than their pillow. Try this tonight. Set your alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow. Not to change your morning, but to change your life. Your future self is waiting. Subscribe for more transformative book summaries just like this one.